everyone, welcome back to our channel Hi-Fi Study for You. Today in this video we are going to talk about a very important topic for us which makes us survive, which makes our life of you and me, and that is nothing but an elixir of life which plays a great and a vital role for GEO, and that is the atmosphere. So today we are going to talk about atmosphere. So our target is set. Let us jump to discuss about this. So first of all, let's begin to make the history of the term. So actually, what is the meaning of the term atmosphere? Now, in this, it makes a sphere. Sphere is nothing but a kind of circular shape. So, it contains air. As I told you and mentioned to you that it is the elixir of life, which is nothing but the air. Now we inhale and exhale that air, which is so precious with a brilliant cost. So that is the atmosphere. Now firstly, what is an atmosphere? If you and I have to define what is atmosphere, and that is nothing but actually an envelope of gases which is present around the earth. So let me write atmosphere. Now atmosphere is an envelope of gases present around us. So it is an envelope of gases. So let's make the surface of the earth and begin to talk about this. Okay. So let's suppose this is our earth. Okay. Now these gases are actually present out here this way. And this is nothing but the envelope of gases. These are nothing but this makes our atmosphere. Alright, and this is earth. Now, as you can see, the earth, let's suppose this is earth. Earth is in center and atmosphere is involving it, right? Why doesn't it in space and it just fly around? Why? Which force is actually holding atmosphere towards the earth? What is the concentration of atmosphere towards the earth? I guess you know the answer, and that is the gravity. Yes, that is gravity or gravitational force. Now, gravity is actual. Now, what is gravity? Now, gravitation is nothing but a force which actually have in earth is so high, right? And which is a force which attract things towards it, right? And you also knowing about Newton's law where apple just fall from the tree to the ground. That's the gravity. Due to gravity, everything is just fly. It means just put to the ground. Now, this is about the gravity. Let's move and talk about the atmosphere. Now, from which things atmosphere is consist of? Yes, gases, yes, dust particles, and something else. Yes, let's talk about that hidden part. So, let's begin our study and journey towards the composition of this atmosphere. Alright. Now let's talk about the composition. Now, the composition of atmosphere. Now, atmosphere actually contains so many gases. So, let's talk about the gaseous part first. It contains gases. It contains dust particles. Let's talk about gases. Now, gases are like a kind of hidden energy which makes us to survive. Yes, that cool air which plants provide us in return of CO2 which we exhale, and that is yes, O2, oxygen, which is so important for each and every single organism on this blue planet. So gases. Now, gases in here, there are actually like first is nitrogen. Nitrogen is actually a plenty gas in the atmosphere because it is present 78%. Okay, which makes the vital part for our blue planet the gas. The second is oxygen. Yes, which makes us survive, which is, yes, we have to remember that is 21%. And left ratio is made by CO2 present, and hydrogen, helium, argon. These gases are present in really small ratios. Okay, so this is the composition of atmosphere. Now, after the composition of atmosphere, as we also knowing that atmosphere is actually a really important thing which contains so many layers, one on top. So let's talk about these layers. So let's talk about the layers of atmosphere. Beginning with the layers first. So the first layer, the first which is the inner layer is the, now actually there are so many layers of the atmosphere. Now the first layer is troposphere. Now troposphere, the term troposphere is consist of a tropo plus sphere. Now here tropo means changeable. What it mean? It mean changeable. Okay, means in here actually all the changes of the environment. Now catch hold the term environment. What is environment? Now, environment is nothing but all the things which surrounds you right now where you are watching this video. That is nothing but the environment. And this environment which is surrounding me is nothing but the environment. Now, okay. So, troposphere is a changeable layer of atmosphere. Now, this layer is actually what happens here. All the weather phenomena which actually take a change, like rainfall, and also here so much of humidity. Humidity is nothing but the ratio of present water droplets in the air. That is the humidity. So let me mention here, that is humidity. This is troposphere, where all the changes of weather phenomena. Now catch hold the term weather. What is weather? Now there are two terms which I every time listen. So that is weather and climate. So I ask you, what is the difference between weather and a climate? Well, starting from our childhood, we always thought yes, weather, climate, same thing. Okay. But these are not similar, just a simple difference which make it a lot day and night difference. So first, talk about weather. Weather means a kind of the situation of a day. What happens sometimes that when you woke up in the morning, then a bright sunshine occur. Then after, when the day passes, a rainfall can come. No one can say that it will not. It might rainfall. After that, it may be a so hot day. It may be so winter day. So this makes a day different. Means in one single day there is so much difference. Like sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's not hot day, right? That is weather. Weather is a situation of a day of a short period of time. Climate is a situation of a long period of time. How? As we know, there are mainly two seasons of a year. Mainly three, but two seasons, that are summer and winter. Now summer and winter are the climates. Okay, that are climates, not we can say weather. Climate means that this long period of time is goes for summer. This long period of time is goes for winter. Okay, that's the difference between weather as well as the climate. So that's the layer of troposphere, which is the changeable layer which have a large humidity. Okay, got it? Let's move to the second layer of the atmosphere, which is the stratosphere. Really great and amazing layer. Stratosphere. So hey, can you tell me what is stratosphere important? So it is so important because it protects us from the UV rays. Oh. Now UV rays is nothing but the ultraviolet rays, which actually the so harmful actually, which come from as a radiation of the sun. These are the harmful kind of light which strike if organisms got so much of disease by the UV rays, harmful ultraviolet rays. Now stratosphere is actually a layer which is like, let's make a systematic diagram. This is sun. Okay, let me make it. Well, this is sun. All right. Okay, now this in here is earth, which is which planet? Third. Okay, so this is earth. Here is, I told you, atmosphere, right? This is atmosphere. Let's suppose this is troposphere, this much. Then after comes the stratosphere. Let's suppose this is the stratosphere. Okay, this is stratosphere. So when the harmful UV rays come from the sun, then what happens? These are the UV rays. Then what happens? The layer of the stratosphere actually is a like of barrier of that UV rays. It stops to entering the earth. So stratosphere is a really important, right? So let's talk about how wide stratosphere is. Now stratosphere actually stretches up to 50 kilometers. So it stretches up to 50 kilometers. Now troposphere, yes, that stretches to 16 kilometers. Okay, so this is troposphere that stretches to 16 kilometers. That is 15 kilometers. So this is about the stratosphere. Let's move further and talk about the next layer, which is after the troposphere and the stratosphere. Here comes the mesosphere. Now, mesosphere. It actually stretches up to 80 kilometers. Now, this layer is actually, let's suppose this is troposphere. Alright, this is troposphere. This much. Then after comes the stratosphere. After that, here is mesosphere. So this is the mesosphere. So what happens, why I'm telling you again and again, is that there are kind of boundaries. This boundary, which boundary separates actually troposphere from the stratosphere? That is tropopause. This layer is called the tropopause. Which layer separate mesosphere from stratosphere to mesosphere, or mesosphere from stratosphere? That layer is called stratopause. Name by the layers, okay? If you notice. Stratosphere. Okay? So, stratopause, okay? Which separates stratosphere from the mesosphere. After mesosphere, the next layer which comes is the isosphere. So this layer is the isosphere. Now, which separates this mesosphere from the isosphere? That is mesopause. So let's write it as mesopause. Okay. Now, this last one here, this is the exosphere, last and the outermost layer of the atmosphere, which is the exosphere. Now, here comes the isopause, which separates the exosphere from isosphere. Now, these are some kind of poses, okay? So, this is about the atmosphere. But actually, let's talk about the significance of atmosphere. Atmosphere is really important because we inhale gas from it. It makes a really important thing for us because it is the elixir of life. It's so precious with a brilliant of cost, as I mentioned to you. Let's recap all of the stuff written over here. So atmosphere is an envelope of gas which contains so many gases, dust particles. Gases are as follows: 78% nitrogen, which is plenty over here, 21% of O2, oxygen, and we have to grow as much of plants as possible to make the planet a green planet. The vision should be make the planet a green planet so that every organism should survive safely. Every forms of life, maybe it aquatic, maybe it live on the land, maybe it terrestrial, or the flying birds. So, atmosphere is now talking about the layers of atmosphere. It contains troposphere, then after stratosphere, then after mesosphere, then isosphere and exosphere. Now there are pauses between these five. So after troposphere there is tropopause. After stratosphere there is stratopause. Then after mesosphere there is mesopause. After isosphere there is isopause. Then after exosphere. Now what happens here, that in stratosphere the dust particles are not present so much. So stratosphere is really a safe layer to fly off jet planes and aeroplanes and all these. So for air transport, right? Then after comes the isosphere, which is important for actually the radiations which we transfer, and also the television, TV which we watch freely sitting in the house. That is only possible due to this atmosphere. So that is the significance of the atmosphere. So this is all about atmosphere, and thanks for watching. Keep learning, stay safe, bye.